What's going on, Sagittarius? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your collective Sagittarius reading. For those of y'all that are new here, Sagittarius readings are dropped on Mondays. So if that's something that you're interested in keeping up with, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, okay? Do keep in mind that these are collective messages, so they may or may not resonate with each and every one of you. However, I do offer personal readings as well, so if that's something that you may be interested in keeping up with, please do check out the link in the description area. The messages that are delivered, they are not directed towards any area or aspect of your life in particular. However, as the message is being delivered, you can pick it up and apply it to whatever area or aspect of your life that you may deem necessary at that time, okay? And with that being said, we are going to get into a message pretty much just seeing what Spirit has for you, what Spirit wants you to know or be aware of at this time, okay? All thanks and praise to the Most High. You know their hearts and you know their situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive the message at hand with an open mind and an open heart? I ask that you provide me with the words to be able to articulate this message as best as possible, as well as clear anything standing in the way of their clarification, confirmation, and transformation and healing at this time. Ashe. Ashe. Amen. All right, give me 1 second, Sag. Give me 1 second, Sagittarius. Okay. So underneath it all, you do have the Ten of Cups that shows up. Okay, so this is talking about you being able to experience or you tapping into like an emotional fulfillment type of thing. Your cups being full enough for you to be able to pour out, right? You having more than enough. You having this overflow of positive energy, of good vibes, of good things going on with you. Okay, once you actually start to control your thoughts, once you actually start to control, you know, how you allow your thoughts to kind of like pull at you, okay? And when you focus more on what's happening now, like in the present moment, when you allow yourself to, you know, recognize what you're actually supposed to be giving birth to, like what's going on with and for you in this very moment, and tapping into it, especially with this being shown, like with this showing up in the reverse. This is going to be something that's going to bring forth like a lot of, whether it's finances, like a lot of abundance, like stability, right? The abundance, don't get me wrong, is all around you all the time, but you focusing more on the present, you will allow yourself to see more of that, okay? So let's get into the reading that we have. Let's get into the message that we have showing up on the table for you at this time. And first and foremost, starting off, right? You start off with the Tower in reverse. Okay, so this card is definitely giving an energy, Sag, where it's like things just ain't, things like it's not going how you thought it was supposed to go, right? Whether it's friendships, relationships, finances, they're just not going how you thought, like you intended on things to go in a sense, right? But whatever's falling apart or whatever is not giving the energy that you desired it to show up in, it's really just showing up to give you like more clarity in a sense, like for you to come to this point of realization about things, right? And that can show up in a number of different ways. Like, what is it that you actually need to be realizing at this time? And we're not clarifying to that degree at this moment, right? And if it presents itself, the opportunity presents itself, we'll definitely go in a little bit deeper. But whatever's happening in any of these areas or aspects, trust me when I tell you it's happening to bring you to a point of realization, right? You can look at the situations and circumstances and just think like everything's just fucking up. Like ain't nothing happening how I wanted it to happen. Everybody turning their back on me. Ain't nobody being real. Whatever your thoughts are towards it, right? But if you go back into that underneath it all energy is really telling you to also be able to control the way that your mind is pulling you, right? the Ten of Swords shows up. Okay? And with this Ten of Swords showing up, it's clearly like this is familiar energy from a mindset type of place, right? So it's like this, you feel like something similar has happened before and it's pretty much just happening again. Well, that's you pulling your past into your present and then projecting that into your future. Because if that's what you allow yourself to see, right? And 9 times out of 10, it's you just seeing things this way. It's not you really showing up and having conversation or really communicating the things that need to be communicated for whatever reason. Maybe you may feel like it's going to make the other person uncomfortable, or the other people uncomfortable, or maybe you feel like you just know what's happening. And again, just because like your thoughts can put you in a place to be triggered. Do you understand what I'm explaining? Like the thoughts that you have can trigger these emotions to pop back up. And although I understand, like I get it, you want to, I guess, save yourself, right? You want to eliminate having to go through the process of whatever it was that you experienced beforehand. But whatever is happening right now, it's not necessarily that. And I feel like that's what they really want you to realize. They want you to realize, like, that pulling your past into your present and then projecting it into your future is not really going to put you in a place to feel better about whatever your situation may be, right? Whatever's going on is, you may think that it's an outside energy. However, it's the energy that you're actually putting out. And when you're putting it out, then that's what you're getting back. You understand what I'm explaining? So it's not necessarily just like this is all coming towards you. You're putting it out and that's what you're getting back. All I'm hearing is like, you're rubber, I'm glue. Whatever you say and do comes back, like bounces off of me and sticks to you, or whatever that little saying used to be back in the day, right? So you got to be mindful of how you are perceiving things, right? Your thought process is really allowing you to like hurt your own feelings. Like it's you hurting your own feelings. And you may think like, that shit ain't hurting my feelings, but you bottling that energy up, it's doing something to you. Like it's doing something. But like I said, it's a point of realization, right? So realizing those things then brings you to this point of being able to experience the fortune card, okay? Like the fortune energy, which is a change of destiny, like a change of destiny for the better or for the good, okay? Allow yourself to experience that. It's not saying, like, it's not right, it's not wrong, right? However, it's just like you being willing to recognize that everything ain't always the same exact thing as it was before, if I could say it that way. Let's get a couple more cards. Let's see what else pops up. What is the cards you have for Sagittarius? Every last one of these cards that I just pulled came out in reverse. Let's just point that out, okay? The Prince of Wands, the Fool card, the Prince of Cups, the Prince of this, and the Two of Wands are all in reverse. And you got all the Prince cards here that show up too. And this is no shade, like no shade, okay? Like now I'm starting to feel like I don't want to say what needs to be said because I don't want to make somebody feel some kind of way. Listen, that's the energy. That's giving the energy. So I understand, right? I'm in the energy now. Now I'm feeling a similar way to how you may have felt when it came to needing to articulate or, present some information to somebody. The Prince of Wands, right? It's like you're not doing what you need to do to allow this new beginning, this new journey to actually start, okay? The Prince of Wands shows up in reverse. Now, if the Prince of Wands was in the upright, okay, you can see that the Prince of Wands is like onto something. They putting in some action type stuff, right? However, there's the resistance to that very thing with this card showing up in reverse, okay? So you want to be mindful of how you're moving, right? How you moving? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing, right? And it's not about, like, you don't want to be selfish. You don't want to be so closed off, because there's a new journey, right? There's a new journey that you're not even allowing yourself to experience for whatever reason. Like, I don't know. Like, you gotta have faith. Like, for real, like, you have to have faith. You have to trust. And I know that you're probably like, well, I'm not in a position, like, I don't want to put myself in a situation to where I'm kind of like played, or where I'm giving the person the opportunity to fuck me over or something like that. But you cannot be fucked over. Okay, like, everything that happens, it needs to happen. It's necessary. So again, because you're comparing the energy, like, you're comparing it to what you're used to, but it's only popping up because it's something that still needs to be dealt with. Do you understand what I'm explaining? That energy is showing up not because it's like, oh, stay away. It's like, oh, deal with this energy so that it can, like, stop popping up and stop hindering you from actually putting yourself in a position to start this new journey. The Prince of Cups shows up, like I said, all in the reverse, and the Prince of Discs also in reverse. So it's really giving, like, you're not allowing yourself to peel back. Like, I'm almost feeling like you don't really trust your emotions, right? You gotta be. I want you, like, work on building this trust factor with your emotions, like, for you to be able to tap into them, identify what they actually are, process, right? And then find a better way to deal with them. Heal from it, deal with it, like, find a better way than what you've been doing thus far. Because you don't want to keep on experiencing that tower moment cycle, or even closing yourself off to the reality, like closing yourself off to the rest of the world, because then you'll put this, it's like a wall that goes up around your heart, and it doesn't allow the things to come out that need to come out. It doesn't allow the things that need to get in, right? So then what? Then what do? Right? Then you walk around with a hardened heart, and you wonder why the things that you're wanting to bring forth, or that you're wanting to manifest, how they're not actually coming in how you desire them to come in, because your heart is blocked off. Right? So now you kind of like holding up your blessings from actually being able to come, because you're not operating out of a place of, like, I guess, love, in a sense, like unconditional, right? So work on that. Like, the things that have happened thus far, they've happened so that you can learn from them. They're not here to, like, discourage you or to, like, mess you up in some type of way, if you understand what I'm explaining, okay? And then you have the Two of Wands that shows up, which says, like, you want to go from A to Z real quick, right? You want to go from A to Z real quick. Allow yourself, like, to embrace the journey, right? The destination is amazing, but the journey is what makes the destination so amazing. Do you understand? Yeah. I get it. I get it. So listen, Sagittarius, that is the message that I do have for you right now, right? I do want you to, just open yourself up to reconsider, if I can say it that way. Reconsider and realize, because remember, they're bringing you to a point of realization. So this is the message that I have for you. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Sagittarius messages are dropped on Mondays, okay? If you feel like you need a personal reading, check out the description area. Oh, do me a favor, okay? Do me a favor. Leave me a comment. Let me know if it resonates. Let me know if you can relate to what's being expressed throughout this reading, okay? And with that being said, we are going to leave it right here. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you later. Peace.